Okay, so I'm going to introduce the first presenter, or presenters. Okay, first presenter, it's me. Today I'll be co-presenting with my colleague Sarah Birchley and two of my students, Aya Mizue and Hiroshi Okamura. Do your best, guys. Okay, so we're going to start off talking about the title, Making Molehills Out of Mountains. Well, usually people make mountains out of molehills. Small problems, but they make them into a big problem. But this presentation is about making molehills and mountains. Language learning can be a very big mountain to climb. I have tried to climb the mountain many times myself. I got lost and ended up climbing back down the mountain. So how do we get people up the mountain? How do we make it look like a small hill, a molehill? Now the theme is about successful language learners, and as educators, I'd like to think about what they can teach us. What do successful language learners do to be successful? You have 5 minutes. I would like you to find a partner. Please discuss with your partner. You can stand up, walk around, say hi, introduce yourself.
You don't have to tell me. You're going to come and tell everyone next. I know what you're doing already.
Okay, you've had a chance to talk to your partner. What do successful language learners do to be successful?
They go above and beyond what they're required to do. They're strongly intrinsically motivated.
Okay. Motivated. Go beyond what is expected of them.
Seek opportunities to practice.
Seek opportunities to practice.
We have good attitude.
Good attitude.
Focus.
Focus.
Make friends with the speakers of the target language.
Make friends with the speakers of the target language.
Make their own immediate and short-term goals.
Right. Make their own immediate, short-term goals. Maybe even long-term goals.
Personalities, characters.
It's to do with the character.
I mean, the people who are fairly chatty may be more successful than people who are not very
Okay.
chatty. Like
Chatty, chatty, extroverted, confident.
They have or they find a good reason to learn the language.
Right. Find and have a good reason to learn the language.
And my partner says like risk takers.
Risk takers. Taking risks.
They notice the language around them.
They notice the language around them.
The first thing that popped out of my mouth when I sat down, I can admit, was listen.
Listen.
And but speak as well. So it's a combination of input and output.
Right. So listen to the input and then use the output.
How about we to find fun in studying and also being patient?
Patience. Because it is a mountain to climb. Be very patient. Don't give up like I did. And have fun.
They tend to be more comfortable with ambiguity.
Be comfortable with ambiguity. If it's not clear, if you don't understand, you don't give up.
This may not be a very good example, but a kind of external force. I had a friend who was who had to stay in Siberia for I don't know 2-3 years during the Second World War, and she couldn't. The couple couldn't speak Japanese because they were going to be shot.
Right.
So they had to use Russian, even if
Right.
they wanted to say
Someone
something.
literally put a gun to their head.
Put a gun to your head. Send your students to Siberia. What am I doing in Siberia? I wanted to be a successful language learner. Okay, so there is always the gun technique. You all know so much about this. I'm going home. See you. Okay. Back in 1975, I wasn't born yet, so. Rubin wrote a paper called The Good Language Learner and What They Can Teach Us. This was a revolutionary paper in 1975, but it still has importance today. This is what Rubin said about language learners. The good language learner is a willing and good guesser. Guessing is what we do in our first language. As I am speaking now, you are predicting what I'm going to say at the end of my sentences. You are guessing, guessing, guessing. If you read something and you don't understand it, you guess from the words around the context. I have a very young nephew. I bought him a book. There were loads of words he didn't understand. He just guessed. He didn't stop him reading the book. So in the second language, this is what a successful language learner will do. They learn to guess. And if they guess correctly, yatta, they did it. Someone said motivation. It is incredibly important to be motivated to communicate, to output the language. Incredibly important. The good language learner doesn't worry about being foolish, and someone said a risk taker. I'm teaching 18-year-old Japanese students, 19-year-old Japanese students to speak another language. They're growing up, they're entering adulthood, and I'm making them speak this language which makes them appear foolish in front of their peers. I'm not going to speak, but the successful language learner will get over that and give it a try. This is where I fall down with my Japanese, because I don't want to appear foolish. After several beers, I'm pretty fluent, because I have the confidence. The good language learner attends to form, looks for patterns in the language. For example, the word successful. They will think, full, success, success is the noun, full makes it into the adjective. I wonder if this occurs any other time in English. Beauty, beautiful, I found a pattern. Looking for form. The good language learner practices, uses the new knowledge. Someone said creating opportunity to use it outside of the language. I'm going to talk about golf. You can go to golf classes, you can sit in a room, and you can study about golf. You can know the rules, but until you actually go and hit the ball, you are not playing golf. You need to actually use the language. A good language learner will seek opportunities to use it. I have a friend who came to Japan way after I did. He is now pera. He's now fluent because he sought out every single opportunity to talk to people. Amazing, successful language learner. The good language learner monitors speech, checks his or her own performance when speaking. Am I being understood? I went to McDonald's today, this morning. I said, "Ice coffee onegaishimasu," and she went, "Eh?" "Ice coffee onegaishimasu." "Eh?" And then I said, "Milk dake." She said, "Eh?" So I was monitoring my performance. What's going on? Why doesn't she understand me? Okay, so a good language learner monitors the speech of their own and those around them. The good language learner attends to meaning as well as form. Sometimes form doesn't give you the meaning. The other day in class we looked at telephone English, for example, and they were looking at how to open a telephone conversation, how to use language to get down to business, how to close a telephone conversation in English, looking for the functions of the language. If I use this function, iced coffee onegaishimasu, I should get iced coffee. If I get orange juice, there's something wrong. And the good language learner makes the learning event memorable so that they can remember it, using some kind of strategy to help them remember the language. Whether it's using it and being successful, can you open the window please? The window is then open. It becomes memorable for the student. Finding ways to do this.